The Blue Blur is a franchise you can't get enough of. Whether you love him or hate him, he's always around in the gaming universe. If he's playing tennis, racing go-karts in the Olympics, or just saving the world like always, he's always doing something new and creative. See, and that's what I like about Sonic. He's not afraid to just say, you know what, I'm gonna be myself today. Who cares what everybody thinks?
I can't believe this, Adam. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
My history with Sonic was a strange one, to say the least. I was in kindergarten. The first time I ever played Sonic was at a McDonald's, and they had like the little GameCube controllers on the TV. So like I just picked it up because all the kids were playing Melee. So I thought I would play Sonic Heroes, and I played Seaside Hill and just messed around, and I had no idea what was going on. Like, I could barely comprehend things at the time, like at least in games. So like I was barely listening, and the characters all talking to each other was nice, and I understood everything, and it was good. So I was in kindergarten, and I had this friend named Brandon. He was my best friend, and one day he just brought up like, oh yeah, do you want to play Sonic? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I remember the games, and I was like, oh yeah, I like the yellow one, Tails, he's my favorite. So I was like, yeah, we'll play as him. And like, he told me about the bad guy, Dr. Eggman and stuff, and I didn't even know what that was. I just played along with it. I literally thought it was just an egg with like arms and legs, or just some weird fat ass that really liked eggs or something. I don't know. But like, yeah, it was cool. And like, they had, I don't know. So I went over to my friend's house, and he told me there was the Sonic show, so we watched like Sonic X, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. But then I found out there were like other video games, so I got to like Toys R Us, and my mom got me like Sonic Adventure 2, I got Sonic Adventure 1, I got Sonic Heroes, I got the Sonic Mega Collection, so I played all the old ones. Like, the furthest I got was like Hydrocity Zone, but I mean, hey, I got somewhere at least, right? And like, they had the comic books, and you'd flip through them, and I didn't even know how to read. I'd read all the character descriptions, and like, they had all the cool stuff. And then like, I told my friend, hey, dude, what's your favorite Sonic game? And he's like, I have Sonic for the Leapster. And I was like, Sonic for the Leapster? I stopped playing that when I was 4. And like, I went over and I saw like the Leapster game, and it was shit. Chris was in it, and like, you had to touch the numbers, and I was like, dude, this isn't Sonic. Your parents are poisoning you. They hate you. And like, who tries to give their kids numbers and tell them it's Sonic? I mean, they did it, and it was like, collect the numbers. But like, come on, that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not Sonic. Sonic is whoosh, bring, zoom. But you don't freaking, like, dude, put on Sesame Street if you want your kids to learn. As many of you know, giving a computer to a small 5-year-old child such as myself is a bad thing to do. For example, if like, I go on Newgrounds or something, chances are I'm gonna find a bunch of porn or a bunch of weird offensive stuff, or just something not very appropriate for kids my age. But you know, that's the stuff I found. There were tons of cool Flash animations, and there were all these games. Like, half of them were stupid, but a lot of them were cool. They had like Super Mario Brothers Z, and then they'd fight each other. But like, I mean, they had the cool cartoons and stuff and all the games, but I mean, most of the time when I was on there, I'd find some stuff that my parents wouldn't approve of. Not because it's like, it says like bitch or something, or like has a skull on it, or a dead dude, but like, they say, why? Tell him that is human nature. Why does he do me that way? They say, why? That is human nature. Why would you do that?